Hello, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to set up the footstep sounds using physical materials with the Aziel Arts landscape material. It's all set up and ready to go. You just need to do a few things to set this up in a new project if you've added the material to the new project. So the first thing we want to do is go ahead and add the physical materials to our project settings. This is going to look for the physical materials that are listed in my material and read them in so that we can access them either to use in PCG or, in this case, to drive the footstep sounds changing depending on what material we're walking on. So we're going to go up to Edit and Project Settings, and we're going to type in Physical. And what you want to do is go ahead and add all of these layers here that I have set up as individual physical materials in the material folders. And you can always access those in the physical material folder here. These are all the materials that you need to connect up, and in each of them they are connected to a surface type, and that surface type name is the name that you need to go ahead and put into these project settings. So you can copy these from the screen, or I will list them out below the video, but it's basically snow, beach, puddle, layer 01, layer 01 underscore slope, layer 02, and so on up to layer 06 slope. Now, once you've done that, they should just connect automatically to these existing physical materials in the level. So once we've done that, we have successfully set up our physical material input in our project. Next, I want to come over here to my material folder under Footsteps. So here under Footsteps, we have a data asset. And if we open that up, this is where you can go and add all the sound options for the footsteps for each type of surface. It's an array, so you can add any number of footstep sounds for each material type, either snow, beach, or weather material, or layer 1 slope. Whatever it is that you are walking on, you can add as many sound effects as you'd like. I gave some preset sound effects in the material here. You can delete these or replace them as you like. And these are the ones that will get picked up in this blueprint: footsteps, BP, footsteps, anim notify. So this here is basically going to listen for animation to notify it that it's going to activate a footstep sound, and then it's going ahead and looking at that data asset that I showed you just a second ago and basically playing, based on whatever the physical material is that you're walking on, it's going to go ahead and play that sound here. And you don't really need to come in here and change anything, but I just wanted to show you where the logic is located in case you'd like to adapt it. There's a parameters here for random pitch, and the master volume for the sound effects is here as well. So feel free to adjust that as you like. Okay, so once we've added the sound effects we'd like to play in our data asset, we've set up our physical materials. The last step is really just to go to the character and make sure that it's sending the footstep notify event to play these sounds. If you're using the third-person character blueprint from Unreal Engine, you can find that under characters here. We're going to come to mannequins, and here under animations, we can find, say, the animations for Quinn, for example. If we go ahead and run to the run animation here, we should see the running animation. And this is how we notify the blueprint, the notify blueprint, that our foot is hitting the ground and that it should look at the ground underneath it and see what physical material you're walking on, and therefore play the sound that related to that material. So here you just want to look to where in the animation the foot hits the ground, so somewhere like there. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a new notify track here, which will be my sound notify track. And then basically wherever I hit the ground or jump off of the ground or land on the ground, I'm going to right click here, add a notify event, and here we go. We want to choose this BP footstep anim notify, and that's going to just send a notification to that blueprint that I just showed you that basically plays all the sound. So we have a notify there, and I want to go here and just look very closely at where the heel is just starting to hit the ground, and then I'll go ahead and add a notify event there. We'll keep it on its own track, and then here as well. And I found that they sound the best when you put them a little bit earlier than the foot is about to hit the ground, because the sound, takes a little bit of time to play, and so these sounds play right at the beginning as they should, but it still seems to sound more correct as you put it just really before the foot actually hits the ground, like maybe the frame or two right before it hits the ground. If you play the sound, then by the time the sound plays and it comes to your ears, it's going to sound like it's more correct on the timing of the footsteps. And once we've done that, and we've done that to all of the animations that we want to have sounds from, then we can go ahead and play, and it will play correctly our sound effects. All right, that's how to set up the sound effects for footsteps in the Aziel Arts material. I will see you in the next one.